Let's talk about Charleston motherfucking White real quick, man.
Okay.
This nigga is on a rampage.
Like always.
Now, a lot of people just hate this dude. He's so wild. He say crazy shit. I don't even know how I feel about him because I know the wrong shit he do is just unacceptable.
Yeah.
But then some of the funniness, some of the fucking that crazy nigga in him, I love that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this nigga is crazy. You know, it's so entertaining to me.
You got to separate different aspects of him and then decide on your own whether or not you fuck with him or not. So it's the antics, the bullshit on the internet. Are you cool with that? And then it's like the real points that he be making about society and our culture. Do you fuck with that? The shit that he's doing behind the scenes that's not on the internet as far as like apparently helping the youth. Do you fuck with that? It's like the different aspects that you got to be like, all right, I gotta choose which Charleston I fuck with.
Mm-hmm.
And dig this though, right? Even sometime in the antics, he actually gaming a motherfucker. And hear me out though.
Yeah.
Why he just got done roasting the shit out of T.I. and T.I.'s son. Mm-hmm. Now I can't find that video to save my fucking life. But what made it the most damaging video that he done, because it didn't make him look bad. It didn't make him look like the crazy Charleston White, even though he was talking shit. It pointed out how ignorant T.I. is behaving, or how ignorant a lot of older men still making these gangster ass threats, how they look when they have these gangster ass threats about silly, stupid shit, about somebody just saying some words. So he had them niggas looking real fucking immature and stupid, in my opinion. So now all of a sudden you wipe the internet clean of that. This nigga say the wildest shit ever, but you wipe the internet clean when he finally got people like T.I. who like to talk that tough talk, and you a fucking wealthy ass man, been so for 15, 20 years. You out here still talking that street shit. That's corny as fuck to me.
You know what bothered me the most out of this shit is every time something has happened, T.I. has went and made an excuse or tried to make a way to defend his son's actions by going to the internet and telling them what he's doing as a father and what he's doing to try to correct the problem that I feel like they started. Now, this nigga King made a comment about Charleston talking about you seem like you had a soft upbringing. First of all, Charleston White, anything that Charleston White is doing, even if he's being a goofy ass, dumb, troll ass nigga, it does not take a soft nigga to do what Charleston is doing. Anybody can agree on that. It does not make.
And this is what King said about him?
King said it seems like you had a soft upbringing. The kid that we watched grow up on VH1 in a mansion said that it looks like Charleston had a soft upbringing.
The man missing the eye.
Yeah.
The man got, I think he got a body too. Don't Charleston got a body?
Yes, he does.
But he got a soft upbringing.
He got a body, he got one eye, and he's a snitch. There's nothing soft about him.
Ain't nothing more gangster than that nigga Charleston White boy.
There's something lacking in what T.I. is teaching his son, because let's be clear. I'm not trying to say that siblings should be the same. I feel like siblings should always have their own individuality. But at the same time, ain't none of T.I.'s kids acting the way that King act.
None of them. I was just going to say that.
I know for a fact this nigga King hit Google one day, Googled his goddamn father and said, I got a leg to stand on. And that's how this shit happened.
No, I think you missing it.
Somebody brought up the fact that he been bad his whole life, but like kids are bad. The kids are bad. We're not gonna equate kids being bad to a nigga growing up to trying to be like his dad when he ain't never been through the shit his dad been through.
Hold on though. I got theories, man. I got theories.
Oh yeah, I'm willing to hear it.
And I wasn't dismissing what you were saying as if it doesn't have no bearings and shit. What I'm saying is the key part you missing when you talked about how his siblings are acting opposed to how he act. Which one of the other siblings look like that nigga?
Shit, good point.
Hey,
You look like a goddamn treasure troll, nigga.
Oh man,
oh God,
you got a
like
different
a
hateful. You got a different energy to the world. He ready to die, nigga. He might be that gangster. King might be a fucking goon out here, nigga, because he fucking hate himself.
He know he ugly.
He know he ugly. He know he look like Tiny Ann.
That's some fucked up shit.
He know. That nigga, it might be crazier than Charleston White.
He gotta know he ugly as hell. He got to, bro.
I mean,
look, this nigga talking about he down in Fraggle Rock.
Historically, haven't the ugly niggas been the most niggas to turn the fuck up at any moment? It's always
he look like a Fraggle fucking Rock.
Hey, he do look like a Fraggle Rock.
He said, "Why I gotta look like my mama?"
That nigga hate his life.
He look like Animal off the Muppet Babies.
He look like so much shit it ain't funny. So that mean, imagine you being that dude, right? And y'all gotta realize, he got money, but he probably go to school with other famous people's kids, other wealthy, attractive looking people. He's still the fucking the pit, the black sheep of the fucking school.
He's
still the one motherfucker that get the pussy last.
It's obvious. It's obvious because his thing when he first really came out was he was trying to be like the clone of XXX Tentacion. Like he was trying to be that guy. Like he wanted to be the outcast, not even the outcast, but he wanted to be somebody that stood out. And he felt like X was somebody who stood out. So he mimicked his whole style. And to me, when you have a young child, right, who is mimicking the entire style of another nigga, there's a lack of guidance there. Like I get looking up to somebody, being a fan of somebody, but when you adopt their entire style, I'm talking about the hair, the necklace, the everything, that's a lack of leadership. His dad is somebody who isn't just a rapper, but somebody who is prominent in the culture. I would look up to my dad. I'm not gonna lie. If my dad was T.I., I would look up to my dad if I was doing music or got into music, like the other son. But he was like, nah, I'm trying to go the XX way, the nigga that had all type of controversy and had a whole bunch of bullshit on his name and ended up ultimately getting killed over some bullshit.
Look, man, like I said, there are some white kids who grew up with lawyers for parents, doctors for parents.
That is,
and they go to their private school, and they were the ones that want to get into selling coke and ecstasy and drugs. They the ones that accidentally kill a hooker and bury the bitch. They the ones that accidentally do some gang. Like it ain't hard to be a gangster. Not everybody is gonna be square just because they grew up wealthy. King got a chip on his fucking shoulder. That nigga is a gangster.
King is Hunter Biden, the black Hunter Biden. That's who he is.
Thank you. That little nigga is a gangster, but he's talking to another nigga who ain't scared of shit. Because I ain't gonna lie, I admire the fearlessness. But again, hold on. Let me see. It's hard to say, man, because this nigga he's living off the fact that he got the police on his side. That's some whole.
I ain't gonna lie. That shit was funny when he made Soulja Boy and his little crew.
He maced that nigga, man.
Yeah, that shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was hilarious.
Funny as fuck, man. I can't lie.
And he be walking around with that damn cattle prog and shit.
Yeah.
Ready to shock a nigga, dog. Like, dog, listen, let me tell y'all, it's always a nigga like that in the hood, dog. It's always that shit talking ass nigga, dog. That's why, but that's another reason why I was salty about how T.I. tried to play it. Excuse me. Lil Boosie handled it like a G would.
Yeah.
He kept his fucking mouth shut. He ain't had nothing to say about it. He knows what he will do. He knows how he feels. He knows how the niggas around him will react.
AP. Something happened recently.
What?
I think it happened last night.
What happened?
See, T.I. couldn't handle himself going after Charleston by himself. He was pleading for his
when he had a Boosie on the live with him.
That, but see, I don't want people to pay attention to that because I know people gonna think about that because that was the most recent shit. But what Boosie did in response to Charleston was bring his son to jail and show him what jail is like. And then how I interpreted that was, hey, fuck around with a nigga like Charleston, or fuck around with any of these niggas out here that's baiting you or trying to get you to get off your square. You're gonna end up right here. So any type of shit that you do thinking that you getting the one up or thinking that you finna win at the end, you're gonna lose. It's a lose-lose situation. You don't want to end up here.
You know what? That's dope. That's how you deal with that shit.
That's the best way you deal with that shit.
Shout out to Geek Speak. What up, homie? Y'all go check out my homie channel, man. He do some dope ass interviews over there at Geek Speak, man. Definitely. Geek Speak. I got an interview over there, and along with many other interviews that he do, man. How you doing, brother? Good to see you in there. That I like that. That is how you handle it.
Yeah.
That don't mean it's gonna help.
Nah.
But because I got some teenagers too that you can tell them they act like they get the message, turn around and act the same fucking way. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but I think at the same time, Boosie is to a certain extent an enabler because of what he already has access to around him. You know what I'm saying? His son already rapping, his son already out here making a name for himself, his son seeing how his dad moving. I mean, you can bring him to a jail all you want to tell him not to do X, Y, and Z, but he trying to follow in his dad's footsteps. And he see a lot of wild shit on a daily basis. It's almost like Boosie has to change up how he moves to set that example. You can't just tell him that.
Well, the rap game is the streets right now, so you can't even be pussy and be no rapper.
Yeah,
but
hell no.
Boosie, his real message is some people hands off.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nigga that was snitching in Milwaukee that was living his best fucking life after he done got niggas a lot of time. You think niggas could do something to him? He hot. You can't even do nothing to the nigga.
Yeah, he's so hot the police watches every move.
You can't. He is police at this point.
Yeah, he is.
He's a fucking informant. He's a paid corroborator of the fucking FBI. Mm-hmm. You can't do shit to this nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Charleston, I'm not saying he even is that. Like somebody said in the chat, he's a fucking community activist. And I hate to say this to y'all, I actually appreciate niggas who speak against gangster shit.
Yeah.
I'm conflicted because when I was, when I didn't know no better, I lived the way that I thought I was supposed to live and by a code that I thought I was supposed to live by.
Yeah.
But as I'm become a grown man, I realized this is the problem why niggas can't get legitimate money. Mm-hmm. Because of violence. Because of ignorance.
That's true.
We could be richer. We could have more. We could do more if niggas stop this street bullshit and stop this violent bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So now I don't know what side I stand on, but when I hear niggas like Charleston White, that's how niggas who been through shit talk. Yeah. Niggas that talk like T.I., even after all this wealth and success, you talk like a lame to me. Why is you making threats? And Charleston like to pick fun at T.I. for being the police too.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me try to find some.
I'm mad he took the bait. I'm mad T.I. took the bait, man. Because
T.I. always take the bait. He always take the T.I. Run to his goddamn phone.
And not even just about T.I. alone. It's like anybody taking the bait on that situation. Because in my opinion, this is where I'm conflicted at, because you already know I pay attention to what's real. Charleston has said some real shit that I agree with when it comes to the community, because I don't back none of the bullshit that destroys us at all. I can't back it. I would be a dumb fool to back the type of shit that's causing genocide to us. The problem with Charleston is the antics, because I never felt like antics should be the type of shit that gets people attention to hear the message. But we've gotten to the point of society where we reached that.
It's been like that.
But it's like now with social media, it's like that's people's go-to. They have to do some borderline fuck shit to get the attention of the people. And I hear all these people talk about Charleston doing X, Y, and Z for the youth. What's fucked up to me is you can be doing something in person and behind the scenes in your own community and really helping the youth. But majority of the youth see people on the internet, and majority of the things that hit the internet that regard Charleston is the antics. He has a lot of real shit to say. He also now has the eyes. There's no other excuse to be doing the antics or to be doing the gimmicks. Say what the fuck you need to say. Get these people what they need to hear. They already trust you. They already hear you. You already have a fan base. Say what you need to say. Get your message across. You already got their attention. But I mean, that's just from my perspective. I'm not on that level of people paying attention to me where I can, maneuver through that.
I hear what you're saying, right? And shout out to Marcus Carter. He said he a clown, but he might be a clown.
Yeah.
That don't mean he not right when he right. And what I feel like what I feel like his antics point out is just how soft niggas is, where you can't even hear the fucking message. Cause you so emotional and you so in your chest about how something is delivered that you can't even receive fucking messages properly. And that's another big problem with the community and people in general. You're not listening to what's being said. That's why people can get fooled in the religion. Because you're looking at the antics of this pastor, and he been talking all this, he driving and shit and getting y'all all hype, and you taking that as the fucking word, and you ain't heard the fucking word he said.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, so
that's why I said it been like that. We only listen to rich niggas and clowns. That's the only people you gonna stop and give an ear to.
And even in this instance, it's like I can understand where he's coming from in a sense of talking about certain gang shit. Of course, I didn't appreciate how he spoke on Nipsey, but I understand his point of the gang shit. What did Trayvon Martin do?
That was fucked up. I was going to play that clip.
This is what
Charleston White talking like Kanye West, man.
Shit like that is like, how does that right there is a clear antic in a way for him to just trigger people for no reason. It's like everybody and their mama know Trayvon didn't do shit wrong.
Yeah, bro.
So it's like, come on.
Let me address this, right? Charleston working for somebody, okay? And I'm gonna give you a perspective on that Trayvon Martin situation. Mm-hmm. Charleston working for somebody, okay? Now, I don't like when people take that angle because I don't believe he working for no fucking body. It's a million motherfuckers that agree with Charleston White. Mm-hmm. I ain't working with nobody, and I agree with a lot of the shit he say.
Yeah. Because
I'm tired of this fake ass gangster shit. And even if it's quote unquote real, it's destructive to black families and black people. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of that shit for real. Yeah. And when I see somebody who is making a mockery of it and making fun of it instead of glorifying it, like half of the niggas that still come on fucking line and try to glorify that shit. Tony Yayo just did a video on Math Hoffa, and he spent this whole fucking time trying to talk street shit.
And then at the same time say he wasn't glorifying it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm tired of that shit, man. Like, I like the fact that he able to take man, Charleston White destroyed T.I. motherfucking ass about how T.I. chose to handle it. Talking about he gonna get niggas to do something to him. Charleston White point basically, because I can't find the fucking video now. His point was basically, so you telling me you got a cousin ready to crash out like a dummy to come and hurt me because I said some words about your motherfucking son? You telling me it's a nigga somewhere that's ready to go to prison for life because I said something about your son? That's fucking ignorant.
You know who gets it? Bun B.
What'd he say?
I don't know if you've seen that video, but Bun B basically did his part by saying, listen, if a motherfucker got some shit to say about you and it's any type of negative shit, I'm just summing it up. This ain't word for word, but what he was basically saying is, nigga, don't pay these niggas no attention.
Yeah, he said, why would you waste your energy talking about another nigga?
Come on.
Listen,
and we know we know what the internet is. We know what this era is. We know that people want a reaction. We know that it's beneficial to all parties if niggas have something to say and put it out on the blogs. But the best thing to do if you really and actually in real life don't fuck with a motherfucker, do not give them no fucking light in no way. Don't say shit about that.
Who are y'all referring to that shouldn't get no light?
I'm referring to Bun B, referring to Charleston.
And he was saying that y'all shouldn't give Charleston no light based on his antics.
No, he shouldn't give Charleston no light or pay him no attention if he don't like what the fuck he's saying. Because people are going to continue to say shit about you. That's how I took it. People are going to continue to say certain shit, or people are going to get under your skin. People are going to try to get at you. Don't pay it no attention. If Charleston went out his way to say something about T.I.'s son, and T.I. knows what type of person Charleston is because Charleston is telling the world who he is, don't interact with that shit.
Okay, but this is my problem with what you're saying. And I just want you to see what I'm thinking of, like what you're making me think about. Mm-hmm. Even with what Bun B said, he even trying to low-key dismiss Charleston White's message and then uplift rappers or anybody else that Charleston White may attack in the future. Like, don't even pay him no attention. When I believe his message should be paid attention to. Because now y'all making it about some nigga clowning rappers instead of about the real message of this fucking image that these rappers are portraying is the direct enemy to the fucking black folks that you have to live with every day. So why the fuck would I not pay attention to his message? Because he's talking about your quote-unquote heroes. Fuck your heroes. Fuck your rappers. Fuck your actors. If they doing fuck shit, he should be able to talk about it, call it out. He's only using their name because we're not going to listen to it if he talk about a nigga that we don't know. So when he get an example like King or he get an example like T.I., he's using the name only to point to the fucking message of, look at this shit that is giving your children imagery. Look at this shit that's brainwashing your fucking kids. Look how stupid this shit actually is, but now we supposed to ignore Charleston White message because he killing niggas that we like?
Ain't none of these niggas gonna listen until the feds start knocking, talking about Rico.
They already fucking knocking. And matter of fact, imagine a young kid who listened to Charleston White as opposed to Boosie or somebody else. They go to Charleston White route like, this shit is corny. This tough guy shit really is corny. They're going to avoid Rico charges. They're going to avoid street shit. They're going to avoid violence. But everybody who say, fuck Charleston White, he a fed, he a motherfucking snitch, he a this, he a that, you going to go ahead and act like Boosie. Go ahead and act like T.I. if you want to. Both of them niggas did jail time.
I think that Rico shit already working
for his last charge. I'm just saying, man.
I think the Rico shit is working. Nigga. I think the Rico shit is working. I think that's actually deterring motherfuckers from actually wanting to say shit. Because I don't like the fact that they're trying to advocate for not using lyrics in the courtroom. And I may get flack for that. But please understand that is a difference between storytelling on some, and I hate to use it as a reference, but I mean on some Slick Rick shit, and then be a nigga out here named 29 Tootsie Wild Gucci some shit, talking about what you actually did, actually fucking putting a real scenario that happened in real life that you were involved in a fucking song. Why would you be that fucking stupid? And why would you feel like they can't use that shit? If you are saying some shit in real life and you saying some shit that actually happened in a fucking song, they are going to use it against you. Niggas got to be smarter.
Something wrong with that.
But you're not going to be smarter dismissing niggas who is calling you out for shit.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Ron Smith, call into the show. I'm finna put the number up, Ron Smith. Call into the show.
Oh shit. Hold on. Give me a minute. Let me use the bathroom real quick.
I want you to tell me what the clown nigga did. What the clown nigga did that you don't like.
What the clown done did.
Watch how silly this nigga gonna end up sounding if he even got it in him to call. Call in, Ryan Smith. If that's the nigga name, let me check.
Ryan Smith, that's his name. It said Ryan Smith, right?
I'm finna double check. And I'm okay with any opinion, but you got to explain yours.
Yeah, Ron
Call
Smith.
in. Ron Smith.
Something wrong with that light skin.
We need to talk to you, Ron Smith. Something wrong with that light skin nigga. He a clown too. Call in, Ron Smith.
Oh shit.
Let me get me some water, man. We might have a discussion. See, the point is, niggas who ever did something in the streets or did anything for real or lost family or lost people to jail and shit like that, they think a lot differently than niggas who ain't never did shit. Or niggas who just happen to be in the neighborhood, so they think they about that. Just because you grew up in the hood don't make you no gangster, nigga.
Hell
Just
no.
because you been around niggas who about something don't mean you got it like that or you really that nigga.
No bullshit.
A lot of the lame niggas don't know what they talking about. So I would like anybody to address my clown shit, for real. Shout out to Geek Speak for the $50, man. We appreciate that. That's a blessing, brother. He said 100. Brother. I told you during our show that I named my podcast Geek Speak because after finishing playing college ball, I focused on school and lost the support of my family. I want black men to know that you can be more than an athlete, actor, and use your mind. Now that is the message of Charleston fucking White, whether you like it or not. Even with all the antics, he is trying to make that bullshit street shit corny and try to gear kids towards something positive. And every time you support these rappers and shit over ignorant ass niggas, I ain't saying he ain't no ignorant ass nigga, but I'm saying every time you try to promote somebody over a nigga with a message of fuck this gangster shit, hold on, before I lose my thought, let me answer you about the Trayvon Martin part. Now, this is my speculation. I don't know what the fuck Charleston was on with that. He definitely was provoking the shit out of people's emotions when he said what he said. Trayvon Martin did not deserve to die. We all know he didn't do nothing wrong. But one thing we do know that's been under attack in America for many, many years is the image of young black men.
Yeah.
So the image of a young black man is already, you must be up to something. If you got a hoodie on, you must be up to something. If you look a certain way, you must be up to something. If you just young and black, you must be up to something. A lot of that comes from these rappers, nigga. A lot of the image and the perception of your kids come from how these niggas is portraying themselves on these movies and these videos and shit.
I mean, it's gotten worse
still
too.
all related to how he was viewed out there.
Everybody looks like a super op now. Everybody has on a ski mask, the hoodie, a fucking.
Dog, that Pooh Shiesty hood is the most biggest setup I ever fucking seen for
Hell
you.
yeah,
God, bro, when you talk about an agenda, that has become one of the biggest agendas that has not been talked about at all.
Even the nappy slave fro that the Hoopers is doing.
Oh, come on, man. No, fuck that. We ain't going there. We ain't going there. I don't know.
Your shit nice and lined up. Your shit look like mint condition in 97. Ever since that T.S. Madison interview, your ass got real R&B on us, nigga. You look at real Rocky Al Sadiq right now over there.
I got my oils in it. Shut up.
No, but my point is, right, that image, unfortunately, Trayvon Martin didn't deserve to die by no means, but that image is a very dangerous thing. And Charleston White truly is trying to attack that image. It ain't cool to have jewelry and chains on and talk like an ignorant young man and smoke all day long and drink all day long. You can do all that, but you ain't got to do it the way we do it.
Yeah,
we make that the center focus of our life instead of that just being a byproduct of our success.
Yeah.
Why don't you drink and smoke because you celebrating something that you achieved instead of just waking up every day to drink and smoke?
Hell yeah.
So it's a lot to do with the image that we out here doing. And that message of Charleston White, regardless how ignorant that nigga is, but that's why we listening. We would not listen if it wasn't. You know how many people saying the exact same shit? I'm going to give you a name, and I guarantee you can go find him talking just like that. The name is fucking Louis Farrakhan.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all never listen to Louis Farrakhan, y'all ain't never listened to somebody who speaks very highly against these same images and the same people portraying them.
Oh yeah.
So what makes Charleston a clown and him not a clown? They both real extra as fuck.
What's
one
crazy
is just
about
not
that?
one is just not cussing and threatening niggas. The other one is, you know, he doing it with a suit on.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
The crazy part about that is a lot more artists, a lot more rappers try to follow behind Farrakhan or try to, you know, show their respect for Farrakhan or show up to when, you know, Farrakhan has events to speak. But a lot of these people don't put in the music that type of shit, or they don't portray that type of shit on social media, or don't none of that shit.
So what do it benefit you? That's no different than going to thank God for your Grammy and your whole fucking album was called Murder.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, nigga?
First of all, I want to thank God for this opportunity for letting me create such an amazing album about killing niggas. Yeah, no, that's not. It don't sound right, nigga.
Listen, that's
It'll
why I
never
said
sound
you
right.
can't just listen to. You got to listen to the real message being shown, because the messages ain't always just verbal.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's the images you were looking at. Sometimes it's how somebody dressed, how the background look. All these are messages being sent to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got T.I., who's supposed to be a wealthy actor and motherfucking businessman and all these different things. He actually got positive raps. T.I. be kicking game in his fucking raps.
Mm-hmm.
Then he get in real life and sound like just another young dumb motherfucker. He old as shit.
shit. I remember some.